Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Aline Podcast, and today I am going to be talking about bride price. Many of you know what is bride price. Bride price, it is a tradition that is practiced in many African countries. When a girl gets married, the family of the boy pays money towards the family of the girl. And let's talk about it. I grew up in Australia, where the white people or even the indigenous people don't really have this kind of culture practices. It's mostly just within the African cultures. However, a lot of us young girls that grew up here in this country, we have adapted the same mindset as the whites and as the indigenous people. And sometimes it can become conflicts between the two cultures, whether a man should pay bride price or whether they should not pay bride price. And this is my take on this topic. For me, I personally believe that a man should pay a bride price. I believe we should continue to practice our culture and stick with our culture, because sometimes when you come to a culture where your culture hasn't been practiced, it's really hard. It's really hard to continue on with your practice. Sometimes you can adapt the cultures of this country that you live, and there's nothing wrong with this. So I believe that bride price should continue to be paid as a way to the family. I understand that it's controversial because sometimes when a man is paying for your bride price, they can, tend to want to control you, how you live, how you move, friends that you see. I understand that there's a level of control that comes with bride price. But what I'm talking on is not that. What I'm talking on is the fact that bride price is paid to the parents for majority of many countries as appreciation. Thank you so much for taking care of my daughter. Here you go. And in my own culture, when bride price is paid, then the parents need to use the same money that they got to organize an engagement. That's how it works. That's what we do. The money is not necessary just for the parents, but it also goes to helping the daughter pay for the engagement, because usually in our culture the daughter pays for an engagement party and the husband pay for the wedding, the dress, everything. So for me, I believe that bride price should continue to be practiced. We come to this culture where maybe majority of us are marrying or dating outside of our cultures, and we adapt this kind of mindset. Okay, a man is not supposed to pay your bride price. Or why are they asking? That's buying someone. But the moral of the story is, if a man cannot afford to pay your bride price in many countries, they believe that a man should not be getting married. And it is true. If a man cannot afford to pay for your bride price, why should they be getting married? It means they cannot look after you. In my country, where I'm from, if a man can't pay your bride price, the parents automatically believe that he's not going to take care of you, that he's not taking care of you. Because also at the same time, if you look at it from a deep perspective, is that a man who is able to pay your bride price can also take care of you. And I just hope that young African girls growing up in this West society understands the concept of bride price. And I'm not talking the extremism when it comes to bride price, because I know some coaches also have their own, extreme, where they want a man to basically buy the woman. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about where parents just want an appreciation. And first and foremost, also, the daughter in the African community is looked at as the prize. And truly, you are the prize. He's taking you away from your whole house, your whole family, for you and him to go be one. So you are the prize. So why should you go and be married for free? Why should your parents not, benefit, or somebody to say thank you for taking care of my daughter? My wife. I mean, so yeah. So I just don't understand why then us young girls here have developed a mindset where we believe that a man should not pay your bride price. My sister, you're not free. You are the prize. You are the prize. And let's say you marry a white man. They're supposed to come and get to know your culture. If your culture requires that a man pays bride price, let them pay. How do the parents know that this man is going to take care of you? They don't know. And if you're going for free and you come back and you're suffering, they don't know you. The man has never shown them that he can take care of you. He's not shown them. So, my sisters, let's stop adapting these people's ways of living and thinking that just because a man is paying your bride price, they're trying to buy you. It's not always the case. I understand in some extremism it is, where they want to take away your freedom, but in some instances, not like that. Because for me, I truly believe that you as a girl, you are the prize. And why should you go for free? Why? Call me stupid, call me on a walk to the West society and how they do their own weddings. But in our cultures, bride price is very important. You should not go get married without the man showing your parents that he can actually provide and take care of you. And that's another thing with a lot of African women. We want to we want the man, like we just don't even question sometimes what these people do for a living. You have to question what the man is doing for a living. You have to know the career. Love is not what sustains a relationship long term. And if the man has no decency enough to pay bride price, how do you know he even respects you? Because also remember, in our culture, bride price is also a sign of respect. If he cannot respect you enough to follow the tradition, do you know if you get into that marriage if he's going to respect you? Do you know that? No, you don't know. So let's stop following these people's culture and ways of doing things and follow our own cultures. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk on. And don't get me wrong, like I understand that it is really hard, especially when you grew up in a society where it is not your original country and then your parents have beliefs from their own country and they're trying to implement those beliefs into this culture and you're trying to balance both cultures. It's really hard. But what I can say is that try to understand where the whole bride price thing come from, because my sister, it is not for free. In Africa, you know, long time ago, people did not have access to money. So what they used to do is they used to give goat, cows, you know, all these things towards the parents as an appreciation. It wasn't always money, you know. But now that, you know, people don't have the needs for goats and cows, money would do. You know, money would do. And a goat, imagine, you know, your mother has like 5 kids. She's looked after you. And, you know, there's not much things like, you know, there's not much food around. And you're getting married and a man gives your mom or your dad, your family, cows. Would not that be great to take care of your family household? To help your parents? It's the same concept when it comes to money and bride price. So why then do you want change the tradition? Why? I just don't understand it. I understand that, you know, I understand that we are trying to really like fit into the West belief, but they never try to fit in with our own belief. They want to try to wipe everything that we ever believed in. Yeah, in this community, in the white community, they might not believe in bride price. But if you notice, in the white culture, the women, they don't just date anyhow. They have to ask the men, what do you do for a living? They have to check whether this man can even provide for them. They don't marry the one that they say they're broke. They don't marry these ones. And the ones that marry the broke white guys, you see their lives. But majority of the white girls I've come across too, they're very conscious on whom they pick as a mate. They don't pick people just for love. They pick on a man who can provide for them. So why are we picking people because of love? Why? Love is a feeling. Love is an emotion. Don't pick them. If they cannot pay for your bride price, they don't respect you. They don't respect your parents. Don't go for free, my sister. And you know, in the African community, if a woman goes and get married for free, the man will always remind you, you even came to me for free. Basically, he did not even need to follow the culture, the tradition for you to be his wife. So why should he even give you respect? Why? I don't know. So I don't know. I guess for me, I just believe that us people, we should continue to practice our tradition. Maybe not. Let's not let it be extreme, but let's not say that bride price should be abolished. Let's not say that, because for me, if a man cannot pay your bride price, then they cannot definitely not afford to marry you. We are the prize. We are the prize. So yeah, that's my little take on bride price within the African society. Because I just don't know why girls want to go and get married for free. Date the white man, date the Asian man, date the Indian man, but let them pay your bride price. Don't change culture just for them, so that they can feel like it's almost like we're always wanting to make like lives easier for other people. Because I hear the discourse, oh, but they don't understand my culture. And so they can learn your culture. They can learn that girls don't go for free. Girls don't go for free. And I'm not talking about where parents also have greed in them, where they want to like make the men go broke. Some African parents also are the problem. They have greed. It doesn't become more about appreciation. It becomes about scamming the guy. And I'm not talking about that. Because the greed within the African society is also something that needs to be studied. How can you say my daughter is getting married and you're charging the man 100,000? My sister, that's you setting your daughter. My auntie, my mother, you're setting your daughter. But if it's appreciation thing, you want somebody to say, thank you for raising my wife the way you've raised her. That I understand. Because if a man cannot afford to even pay a little bit of money to appreciate the parents, then they cannot afford to marry you. And a lot of African men, sometimes even the white men, have nothing to show for, because we African men have been, African women, we have been conditioned that as long as we love the man, that our parents are asking for too much. They're not asking for too much. They just simply want your men that you're married to appreciate them, so that they can take that same money and invest it into your engagement, into your wedding event sometimes. I don't know. So that's what I wanted to say. And I'm not sure if you guys have the same beliefs about this as I do, but a girl is not for free. We are not for free. We are not toys that you just pick up and make pregnant and leave. Let's have self-esteem. Let's continue with our cultures. Let no one come and deceive you and tell you, oh, these practices are evil. These practices should not exist. Would you go tell a white woman, okay, you shouldn't date somebody just because they are rich? Would you go and tell them this? No, you would not. You actually respect that they're choosing a mate who can provide and take care of them. And that's the same thing with bride price. If a man cannot afford, and why as a woman you want to marry a broke man? Because for me, if a man cannot even afford to pay your bride price, I assume that they don't have a job, they don't work, they cannot afford to pay the basics of life. Sorry, that's my timing. Yeah, they cannot afford to pay the basics of life. Like, why would you even want to? Let's find men who can. And let's stop trying to make excuses for these men. I think we've made enough excuses. Let him pay the bride price. Now, if the parents are trying to be greedy, that's another discussion. Because some African parents are also ridiculous with these things. Because back in the day, nobody was giving 50 cows towards you. So why you want 100,000? A whole house that you want as a parent. Why? But I also assume that it is lack of education too. But the ones that are educated and understand the concept of bride price know what's up. They're not going to charge a man $1 million just to marry you. But also they should not have to, abandon their culture and their beliefs just to fit into your broke man or the broke guy that you're trying to marry. Why should they accept it? And many African parents, actually, if the man doesn't pay bride price, you're not considered married because you went for free. You're just there. You're just a baby mama with kids because there was no official initiation between you and the man's parents. Because also this doesn't happen between you, just a man. It's parents coming together to talk about this. And if the family does not have enough money, then, well, too bad, too sad. Do not excuse that a man can go and work 1,000,000 jobs. If he truly loves you and he truly respects you as a woman and does not want you to be looked down on in the society because you went for free, he can go and do 1,000,000 jobs. So let's stop with this whole, in Australia, in America, in the UK, these practices don't happen. Who cares? The practices happens in Africa. And it's a tradition. And we as African girls understand the concepts of not being taken for free. We understand that it's an honor towards our parents. We understand. So why you want to be taken for free? Okay, go free then. But don't blame your parents for wanting to continue to have practices that they truly believe in. They want to see if the men can take care of you. If you cannot even afford to pay bride price, then, well, don't marry him. I said it like multiple times, I know. I said it, it's unpopular opinion. Anyways, that's what I wanted to chat on. Let's continue to discuss this issue in my inbox, and please subscribe to my channel. I am a new content creator and I would really love for your support in this my new channel, so we can continue to discuss issues like this that impact us girls who live overseas, who are trying to manage or balance both world of, let's continue to have this discussion. And I love everyone and I wish everybody best of luck. Love you guys.